jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son, actions over words, baby boy, is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports,
A big shout out to the hottest chat in the MF and game. 8-Side official. No negotiation needed. Period. You already know the first in the building is me, the one and only. Let's get down to it. It's a lot that's been said. It's a lot that's currently going on. Um, we're gonna break this down. I brought a full payload on my back today, and we're gonna try to get through this situation that's gonna continue to be content throughout the following week. So as you know, there was a fight that took place, right? That fight took place April 20th, 2024. That was about 2 weeks ago, right? So leading up to the fight, Ryan Garcia went through his charade of making a mockery of mental health, right? He felt some type of way about the fight being switched from Vegas to New York or Brooklyn. And he all of a sudden decided that whatever the reason is for him being switched over here, he's going to try his best, you know what I'm saying, to sell this fight and to pretty much be the clown of the show. And he ended up doing that. He did it very well. You know what I'm saying? He had people thinking that he was kidnapped. He had people think that he was losing his mind, that he wasn't sane enough to go and fight a boxing match, y'all. A sport where you have to just use your eyes, your physical ability, and your mental, And much of it is that, you remediate it all the time. You train it. So you're able to go in there and execute, right? So the man played around and had people believing that he's going through some type of mental crisis, right? And he continued that charade for quite some time, all the way up to the weigh-in where he came in 3.2 pounds over. Okay, I know I'm unrolling the toilet, that toilet roll again, but that's what you got to do when you're trying to wipe shit away. Okay, so he went up there and he put on a charade for the people, and he came in 3.2 over. which was unprofessional, paid the fine, didn't care too much about anything else that people had to say. Didn't care. Um, and went into the fight. And it was one of the weirdest first half of a championship fight I've seen in a while. But he didn't fight the whole fight. He just took time off for no reason. But he ended up getting the job done. He earned his first knockdown in round 7, and then in 10 and 11, and took round 12 off. He ended up winning the fight that was supposed to be a championship. He won it, but he couldn't earn the title because he did not meet the required weight limit. All right. I know that's rehashing news, but I'm just trying to give you a point of reference as to where I'm going to go with this. Okay. So Ryan Garcia, he ended up winning. And then goes the social media. Social media, ooh, they blew up. It was 4th of July. I know we're not in July yet, God damn it, but we're a couple of months off. And everybody had their pyrotechnics out, and they was going in on Haney. All the memes, all that. You know what I'm saying? They was looking for Bill. To my, where you at, Bill? Pretty much they wanted Bill to feel this loss. Because, father, son, team, Bill Haney talk his shit. You know what I'm saying? He be in these YTC streets. They wanted Bill to feel this freaking loss. Unlike anybody else. Unlike anybody else would. It wasn't so much Devin was up here acting like he was a freaking an asylum patient. He did pretty well. He did what he did. He tried to sell it, when they had their first encounter, but his personality just ain't that. But Ryan Garcia went and did and put on his acting shoes and glasses, showed people what he's been working on. And he really dove into the character to influence people to believe that he was crazy. He sure enough did. And after that fight, he's making it seem like it was nonchalant. I told you I beat him. It was easy. I told him, hold my beer. I'll be right back. I didn't believe it. I'm not gonna hold you on that. I'm gonna stand tall on mine. I didn't believe he's gonna go in there and beat Devin, period. Not to mention how he did it. I never seen that coming the way it was out there, right? So, and just to give you a little brief snapshot of the backstory, right? Now we get to the wickets, man. We get to the core of what is boiling over right now. It's looking real cloudy. This has gotten dirty quick, y'all. This is Thursday. Just think. The YTC actually has an abundance of content to talk about this weekend. This situation right here is absolutely convoluting Canelo Alvarez and Jaime Munguia. Everybody's talking about Ryan Garcia testing dirty. Now, they was talking about how, even myself, how Oscar De La Hoya G-checked Canelo Alvarez and said, put some fucking respect on my name, bitch. To Ryan Garcia testing dirty for not one, but two. And that's where we're going to start this off at. We're going to get down to it because, look, it's so much information. This is broken the web. We got to talk about it. Even his papa has been out here and he gave his 2 cents. But let's get to the chat right quick before I, get on the diving board and show you that I'm ready for the Olympics. I'm about to dive into this, man. First in the building, man. Arnold Brown on deck. What it do, man? Shout out WCS Detroit in here. Let's hear the breakdown, sarcasm of the foolish salute. What's good? Would you appreciate you pulling up AU? Shout out to Detroit footprint. Print out there. Salute to y'all. Mike on deck. Salute to you, fam. 402 on deck. What's good? W says, bro, that fight should not have happened. More importantly, whoever promoted that fight deserved to be legal responsible. Devin could have easily been seriously hurt. I mean, I agree with you on that, where you at with the hurt. But it is boxing. It is boxing. And we've had fighters who, in my opinion, who has done worse than what Ryan Garcia has done. Jarrell Miller wasn't able to step through the square when he had all that in his system. But Antonio Margarita was caught doing something, loading his hand wraps with plaster Paris. And that's not the first time he did that. But Miguel Cotto, he's the one that's probably going to suffer that beat down and punishment that he took. Now that not Miguel Cotto, Antonio Margarita should have been jailed. But they didn't find it in Miguel Cotto. They sit up here and call him lacking. Shout out to the late Nassim Rich. He called him lacking when he was going in there with Sugar Shane Mosley. Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz, and more. Salute to your brother OG in the building. Shout out to the wild dog on deck. Captain Chaos is in the building. Salute to the realest one in the game, WCS. Appreciate you there. Chaos, always supporting the channel as always. And support to everybody else that support the channel. Appreciate y'all. Dead Game Boxing. What's good? What's good? Time to bring a lawyer. I feel you. Bill Haney must pursue legal action the best way he knows. Yes, come on. You know Bill's about to bring the wrath of the devil on these people. God ain't gonna have nothing to do with what Bill's about to do. This is strictly from the underground, the dark side. You know what I'm saying? The heated cabin below. You know what I'm saying? Where they say people burn for eternity. That's where Bill's about to come from. Mr. International Toby Bartlett on deck, man. What it do, Toby? So let's get down to what has come out, because it's a lot to unpack, first of all. It's a lot to digest. Anyway, you see the thumbnail. You know what I'm saying? We're looking at this as Ryan Garcia being Incredible Hulk because he decided to go in there against a pillow-fisted fighter. That's what they were saying, pillow-fisted fighter. He had to go in there and basically use 2 banned substances that popped on his urine. Ostarine and Nandrolone. Now, I don't know why Ryan felt that he should have to enhance, his body to go in there and face a Devin Haney, because it's being mixed reviews out here from the people that Nandrolone doesn't produce skills. You're right. Nandrolone and Ostarine doesn't produce what? A left hook. You're right. But it does produce Nandrolone. It does produce an injectable, right? An injectable anabolic that's an intramuscular, and it does increase the strength, endurance, and a lot of other things. We're going to get to that. Ryan Garcia tested positive. And remember when I was on live, I said, let me see if this is an oral, something that could have been a contaminant with the supplements he might have taken in preparation for this fight, because there's fighters that take supplements. They help them with recovery and stuff like that. It's fighters that's out there. It's fighters that's out there that I mean, when you look at it, skill for skill, I didn't see Devin Haney being outworked by Ryan Garcia. I know he has some decent power, but as far as the level step up a competition, I didn't see him drop tank once. So being that Devin never hit the canvas, I didn't see this coming. But along with Nandrolone is this guy right here. You have to get a syringe and inject this into an intramuscular site. All right. This we're looking at with Ryan Garcia. And then this right here, Ostarine, it may not be from this particular company, but this is one of the banned substances that Ryan Garcia had in his system to help him with his white blood cells, strength, and test and all this stuff. And we're gonna get more in depth with it, but I just wanted to give y'all a understanding. And then of course this is Devin Haney, who at the time stepped into the ring with Ryan Garcia. Devin Haney was 31-0 with 15 knockouts. As you look at his box rec right now, he has his first loss, a majority decision. Max DeLuca scored at 112-112. Eric Malinsky, 110-114. and Robin Taylor scored it 109-115. So the judges are not even consistent. You know what I'm saying? Of course, the referee was Harvey Dock. And pay attention to Harvey Dock because he is a topic of discussion later on in this live stream. You know what I'm saying? So let's get down to the backlash and people defending and the shields that are coming up and say, hey, I gotta goddamn defend who I gotta defend. Not so much from the Haneys, because Devin Haney put out, his what he had to say, which he hasn't said too much. I like that he hasn't said too much, but he has put out, a little bit of what he had to say in response to Ryan Garcia testing dirty. And this would this is not the one I want. This is Ryan Garcia's dad. So let me start with Ryan Garcia's dad, Henry. All right. Let me start with Henry. I think, damn, I'm tripping, man. This is what Ryan Garcia's dad had to say. He said, Snack is a part of Victor Conte. They sponsored Devin Haney, who is a part of VADA testing. Victor Conte, lastly, who was the referee. Lastly, who was the referee when Devin fought Loma. This is just paraphrasing, right? Harvey Dock. So Henry Garcia is highlighting Harvey Dock as being the referee in Devin Haney's fight with Lomachenko and this fight with Ryan Garcia. Now, who was the referee for Devin versus Ryan? Harvey Dock. This is scary, people. Nothing is safe out here. Just a good beatdown that Ryan gave to Devin. Now they're trying to so hard to take his win away from him, said Henry Garcia on Instagram. It goes on to say Doc was criticized for how he allowed Haney to hold repeatedly without being docked points during his fight with Garcia last April. Also, Doc penalized Ryan in the 7th round for hitting on the break without giving him a prior warning. That's fact. He didn't get a freaking warning, okay, when he was penalized. And there was a little short right tap on the cheek, with the right hook. You know what I'm saying? But it might have been because Harvey Dock felt that it was blatant. Who knows? I want to take you to this article in which Ryan Garcia was on video saying that he is thankful to ashwagandha, the supplement, ashwagandha root, the supplement that he took that ultimately led to him popping positive. He's basically laying this heavy on ashwagandha. Now, let me provide you with some of the benefits of ashwagandha. All right. The potential benefits of ashwagandha include better athletic performance and sleep. You might want to underline athletic. This is what boxing is about, right? Athleticism, skill, right? Athleticism is gonna have some type of benefit for skill. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about the technical aspect. I'm talking about being able to have a higher work rate. Being durable. So it said include better athletic performance and sleep. Some research suggests this herb may help people with conditions like anxiety, infertility, but stronger studies are needed. Okay. Let's go to the first one. May help reduce stress and anxiety. Well, in boxing, you do have stress. Of course, you are going in there and you competing against an opponent, an adversary, depending on who that is, what tier of fighter that you're fighting. You never know. It might help you relax a little bit and see what's in front of you and be able to combat it defensively and offensively, man. That's what I look at when it says reduce stress and anxiety. It may have sent Ryan in there with a calmer state of mind to face Devin Haney. He sure enough looked like he wasn't worried. Am I right or wrong? He wasn't look like he was worried. Number two, it may benefit athletic performance. All right? Benefit athletic performance. That's a big deal when it comes to boxing. It says researchers have shown that ashwagandha may have beneficial effects of athletic performance and may be worthwhile supplement for athletes. Okay? And it goes on to say one analysis of research include 12 studies in people who took ashwagandha doses between 120 milligrams and 1,250 milligrams per day. The results suggest the herb may enhance physical performance, including strength and oxygen used during exercise. Yo, strength and oxygen, that is very essential when you're doing an anaerobic workout. We know boxing is both. Aerobic is a higher tempo of a workout, and anaerobic is a touch and go, type of exercise. This helps with that. You know what I'm saying? This helps with that. Enhanced physical performance, including strength and oxygen. Oxygen is key, for endurance. You don't want that lactic acid just to build up and you start to get, your hands start to feel like they're cinder blocks. You want that oxygen in there so you continue to be fluent. Very, very interested in this shit, right? In 2015, study, male participants who took 600 milligrams of ashwagandha per day and participated in resistance training for 8 weeks had significantly greater gains in muscle strength and size compared with a placebo group. So they gave one freaking group a placebo, which is not the actual supplement. And then they gave one to 600 milligrams of ashwagandha, which was actually the supplement. And the results was greater gains in muscle strength and size compared with placebo. You know what I'm saying? Amazing. Number 3, may reduce symptoms of some mental health conditions. This right here doesn't include Ryan Garcia. You know why? Because he say he was pretending to act crazy. He was pretending, y'all. So this might have helped him get into character a bit more than what we actually seen. So we're gonna skip over that, just like it's summertime and we outside jump roping. You know what I'm saying? Getting ready to warm up a little bit for some outdoor hoop. But I don't think this pertains to Ryan Garcia because he's on record as saying everybody thought he was crazy and he played us. Let's go to number 4, Quattro. May help boost testosterone and increase fertility in men. Say it ain't so. So you trying to tell me test? I'm about to increase test levels. I'm gonna feel great, especially with my age, man. You trying to tell me I'm boosting tests? For Ryan Garcia, this is absolutely an advantage, man. Ashwagandha supplements have been shown in some studies to benefit male fertility and increase testosterone levels. In one study, 43 males aged 40 to 70 with overweight and mild fatigue took tablets containing ashwagandha extract or placebo daily for 8 weeks. You know what I'm saying? The treatment was associated with an 18% greater increase, a sex hormone involved in the testosterone production. Participants who took the herb also had a 14.7% greater increase in tests than those who took the placebo. That is a notable advantage, y'all. That is a notable advantage, man. It also says may reduce blood sugar levels, which is very, very important when working out. Now, a lot of people who may not pay that close attention to blood sugar levels, but it's very, very important now. Very important when it comes to the blood and sugar levels. Extremely. This is so important when you're talking about what? Having a fight camp. You know what I'm saying? You're going in there working out. So let's just say you're doing 2-a-days. Inflammation, you want to reduce that as much as possible. That's why you see athletes in ice baths. You know what I'm saying? The recovery time is way quicker than you not jumping in the ice bath or cryotherapy and using the cold. But also, you have to take supplements to assist with your body's recovery. So when you see number 6, may reduce inflammation, it says ashwagandha contains compounds, including WA, that may help reduce inflammation in the body. Okay? Animal studies have shown that WA may also help reduce levels of inflammatory proteins such as interleukin and 10, and there's some evidence ashwagandha may help reduce inflammatory markers in humans too. In 2021 study, researchers gave people with COVID-19 a whatever that drug is called, containing 0.5 grams of ashwagandha and other herbs twice a day for 7 days. This reduced participants' levels of inflammatory markers, CRP, IL-6, and TNF, and compared with placebo. I shall apologize. You can look at these right here. You know what I'm saying? I am not a medical physician, nor do I have the credits to drop those freaking pronunciations the correct way. Number 7, may improve brain function, include memory. When you're going into a boxing match, brain function is imperative, man. Right? We talking about boxing IQ. You remember how we looked earlier, how, it reduces anxiety and stress? Well, this is another inhibitor. You know what I'm saying? May improve brain function, including memory. You know what I'm saying? Ryan Garcia had to go to fight camp. Him and Derrick James had to work on stuff. Apart from what he learned from the amateurs up to this point, going in there with a technically astute fighter as Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? Overall skill fighter as Devin Haney. You had to go in there and make sure your thought process was on point. It was locked in, dialed. It said taking ashwagandha may benefit cognitive function, y'all. That shit is extremely important. You're going into combat. You want to be able to see everything. You want to be able to react accordingly. This is the art of war. This is a full contact. This is a sweet science, man. One review of 5 clinical studies found early evidence that ashwagandha could improve cognitive functioning in certain populations, including older adults and mild cognitive impairment and people with schizophrenia. Ashwagandha, I'm about to look this up. This sounds like a pretty decent thing to have in your life if you 40 to 70 or something like that, or younger. Some of the cognitive functions it may benefit includes executive functioning, attention, reaction time, performance on cognitive tasks. Reaction time, what? Attention? All these details, these line for line details, is what you need in the sport of boxing. Executive functioning, you need all of that. You need all of this, man. So Ryan Garcia defense is he never took no steroid, and the only thing he did take was ashwagandha root. That's it. It goes on to say a study in 50 adults showed that taking 600 milligrams of ashwagandha extract per day for 8 weeks led to significant improvement in the following measures compared with taking a placebo: immediate and general memory. Immediate, y'all. This is some good shit. Attention. Information processing speed. Come on, man. You definitely want to be able to what? React, respond, execute, process the environment, your opponent. What do they have going on? Remember what they did last time. The highs and lows, be able to make adjustments. This shit right here is turning out to be some good shit. We don't want to care about sleep. We don't care about the sleep. Let's look at the safety and side effects, okay? Ashwagandha is likely safe for most people when used for up to 3 months, okay? Although its long-term effects are unknown. However, ashwagandha may not be safe if a person, okay, that's all women most of the time, is taking medications such as all that shit you see right there, barbiturates, is about to have surgery. Autoimmune or thyroid disorder, has liver problems. Some people using ashwagandha have reported the following: upper gastrointestinal discomfort, drowsiness, diarrhea, vomiting. Okay. But this is the supplement that Ryan Garcia has basically put up there as his first line of defense to say, I never took steroids. I never took steroids. I only took ashwagandha root. Now, his dad, you pretty much knew, heard what his dad had to say. He didn't really get too deep, but his pops just came out and put it out there that, hey, this is a witch hunt. You know what I'm saying? This is a witch hunt, and I don't care about what they talking about. I know what we didn't do and did do. I know my son went in the fight camp. He trained his ass off. He came in there and beat Devin Haney. Now, as you heard me say earlier, is that there's mixed reactions in this. People are coming out here giving Ryan Garcia the pretty boy exemption card. What they're saying is, people, is that Ryan Garcia, first of all, acting crazy, didn't have shit to do with him beating Devin Haney. That's what they want to put out there, right? Two, they want to say the man came in overweight, 3.2 pounds. They saying the naysayers, the critics, and the first responders to sit up here and chop away at any Devin Haney critics who's saying that he's the victim in all of this. They're saying that 3.2 pounds doesn't give you any enhancement in skills. It don't teach you any skills. It's been proven that smaller fighters can beat bigger fighters, and sometimes bigger fighters beat smaller fighters. But they also is putting this up, and they're throwing spears. They say y'all wasn't saying that when Devin Haney went in there and fought Regis Prograis. You wasn't saying this when he ballooned up to 160 something and he went in there and knocked Regis down. Y'all wasn't saying any of that. I'm just saying what the fans are saying now. They're giving him the pretty boy exemption. It goes on to say that Devin Haney, Team Haney, they pretty much accepted the penalty payout to go along with the fight, to proceed forward with the fight, knowing that Ryan was 3.2, so they don't want to hear shit about no weight. And also they was highlighting Tim Bradley, a person who was on record as saying, we're going to have to put an asterisk near Ryan Garcia's name because he went in there 3.2 pounds over. That's an advantage, okay? In size, yes, but we're talking about the high tier elite. You know what I'm saying? And if he didn't have to drop those 3.2 pounds like Devin, who knows the struggle? Man, 3.2 pounds is a lot for a fighter to go through and suck down that weight and deplete his body. A lot. But to just say, I'm going to jettison that, leave it alone, I'm just going to focus on paying the fine. And they was pretty, that's what their defense was, and say, hey, don't come up here with those excuses when Devin just fought Regis and he said he weighed in at 165. Well, supposedly they put it out that he weighed 165. But then again, to match up that, they say Regis weighed just as much. He weighed 160 something too. So just because one fighter is taller and than the other, you just can't sit up here and make it seem like it was a super advantage for Devin Haney to fight Prograis. And then he was at a disadvantage because Ryan Garcia refused to lose the last 3 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they're getting down to it. They coming here, blades are swinging, ninja style. It's people dressed up in the whole uniform. All you can see is their eyes. We'll come here for one thing. It's to prove Ryan Garcia's innocence. I swear to you. You know what I'm saying? They up here sound like Optimus Prime, y'all. They sound like Optimus Prime, trying to defend freaking Ryan Garcia's honor. But it's a lot of people that's tearing them down, stripping them like a head of lettuce, y'all. They got them making salads They say, nope, this dude is a freaking cheater. Why would you have to go in there and cheat against a pillow-fisted fighter that you said? Okay, moving forward. Ryan Garcia goes in here and punishes Devin Haney. And supposedly, his samples prior to the fight come back and test dirty for nodulone and ostarine. Now, that's not one component there, listeners. That's two components. That's double the evil that you chose to basically involve yourself with to enhance whatever workout you had going on per day. And also, you wanted to go in there with the physical advantage to be able to outwork Devin, to be able to have any type of physical advantage possible. I already went with you on some of the enhancements of ashwagandha, right? That was supposedly the legal remedy. That was supposedly the legal. Ashwagandha is supposedly alleged the legal supplement that Ryan took. And look, what if they plan this out so right? Because if you look at nodulone and anabolic and what it helps you with the enhancements and benefits, right? And then you mirror that up to ashwagandha, it's some of the same shit. Some of the same comparisons, raised levels and shit like that, right? Then you go over to ostarine and you add the nodulone, they kind of have comparable freaking enhancements. So how's that going to benefit Ryan? It's going to benefit him, especially with his mental state and his physical capacity, his capabilities. It's going to enable him to have a higher percentage in certain areas physically to go in there and compete against Devin Haney. And that's what we've seen. You can't just go in there and say, well, nodulone, it doesn't do anything for skills and the left hook and the combinations that he was landing on Devin. I get where you at. I get where you at with it. But at the end of the day, it's a banned freaking substance. It's a banned substance, man. Let me dip over here to the chat right quick. Shout out to Jones with the $2 in the super chat. Lighting up the tree. Hell, I want some of that now. Wow. Salute W says, hey, I'm telling that ashwagandha sounding Ashwa good. Ashwa should think about getting some. You know what I'm saying? Ashwa think about getting some. That's the word I got to implement in the goddamn Ebonics language. Ashwa going to get some of that. Ashwa don't think you should be doing that. You know what I'm saying? God damn. Jay on deck, I see you. But let me get to this, back to this right quick. So let me share with you an article that, of course, one of my favorite places to go, Boxing News 24, right? It's right here in front of you. And the author was Ken Woods. Shout out to Boxing News 24 site. Ryan Garcia's dad, Henry Garcia, has come out on Instagram to muddy the water over Ryan's positive test for performance-enhancing drugs from his win over Devin Haney. And he said Henry draws a connection with Haney being part of Snack. Now, Snack has arisen again, y'all. They tried to use this Snack angle with Terrence Crawford defeat over Errol Spence Jr., but as we know, not all Snack fighters win. So we can debunk that right now. It says Victor Conte, who says is a part of VADA, a testing agent that reveals Ryan's 2 positive tests for his fight against Haney on April 20th. Henry also mentioned that the referee Harvey Dock, who worked Ryan's fight against Devin, was also referee Harvey Dock. We're going to go over here to Boxing News 24. BoxingScene.com. It says Ryan Garcia tests positive for PEDs, being processed for a second. Okay. They say the testing, I'm not going to go all the way from the intro of this article. It says the testing was performed by Las Vegas-based Voluntary Anti-Doping Association, VADA, and an individual familiar with the process reports a second substance known as 19 nandrolone screened positive and is being confirmed by carbon isotope ratio testing. Okay. Um, Boxing writer Dan Raphael first reported the results. Test results typically require 72 hours processing window if done on a rush or stat basis, a doping expert says. Okay. Victor Conte, as you already know, founder of Balco and now special advisor and spokesperson for Haney, told Boxing Scene on Wednesday that he was alerted. He was alarmed of Garcia's positive test by Haney's attorney, who has seen the vital report and shared the news with Devin Haney and his father, trainee Bill Haney. So that news was shared with Team Haney when the attorney found out the test had came back positive, right? I know Bill Haney was goddamn two-stepping all through that mansion. I bet he goddamn went outside on the back and, hey, yo, we have some bitches on deck. Let's talk about it. I'm in my own state. You know what I'm saying? It started to sound like battle rap when he got that news. Devin Haney asked Conte what the substance effects are and was told both have anabolic effects, performance enhancing all the way. Ooh, hoo-hoo. This is going to be sick. Listen to this, y'all. Conte said nandrolone is a metabolite. I'm just saying nandrolone because it's a more, but that's what 19 noransterone is, nandrolone, right? Or a street name Deca. An anabolic steroid nicknamed the kiss of death. The kiss of death, y'all, according to the Conte, because of his long-lasting presence in the body. So if Ryan them chose to take this shit, maybe they underestimated how long it was going to reside in the body and continue to enhance. Because look, my assumption is Ryan felt the effects of this kiss of death. He felt like the Hulk. He felt like he was newly, regenerated as a human being. He felt like he had reached new strengths. He said, I feel invincible. I'm immortal, God damn it. Sign me up for a freaking Marvel comic movie now. Can I play the next Batman, please? Superman. Come on, man. You know I look like Clark Kent. Find me a phone booth and I'll show you I can change. This is the kiss of death, y'all. It goes on to say, ostarine, Conte said, is a selective androgen receptor modulator, SARM, S-A-R-M, that is similar to steroids, but has a reputation of being safer than steroids. For tested athletes, you will be foolish to take anything other than what you can buy at CVS and Walgreens, Conte said. And they go on to say former super middleweight title holder Lucian Bute tested positive for ostarine following the 2016 draw against Badu Jack and was ultimately fined and suspended for using a banned substance that improves stamina and workout recovery ability. So what they're saying is, if Lucian Bute, who I know very well, very solid fighter, was suspended, okay, and fined, well, we're going to see what happens in 2024 with Ryan Garcia. Before closing his Wednesday call, Haney was told by Conte, I thought this fight already turned the world of boxing upside down. It's getting even more crazier now. Yeah, he's absolutely right about that. It said, we learned about the situation not too long ago, and it's unfortunate Ryan cheated and disrespected both the fans and the sport of boxing by fighting dirty and breaking positive. Breaking positive not once, but twice. Read a statement issued by Devin Haney to ESPN. I've always been an advocate for clean fighting, and this is an example of such. Ryan owes the fans an apology, and by his recent tweet, he still thinks this is a joke. We put our lives on the line to entertain people for a living. You don't play boxing. This puts the fight in a completely different light. Despite the disadvantages, I still fought on my shield and got back up. People die in this sport. This isn't a joking matter. So Devin Haney has put his words out there for the public. And he did it in class, y'all. He did. He put it in class, and ain't no N-words. And let me see if I see an N-word in that. No, they probably goddamn the editor put that out. No, we don't want to use that nigga. Put that over there. What about bitch ass nigga? No, put that over there too. What about just straight up pretty hoe? No, leave that over there too. What about drug cheat? No. This is Ryan Garcia we talking about. We don't know exactly if the B sample gonna come back. So we're gonna be patient on this shit now. We're gonna be patient, man. We can't go all in on them yet. So they dressed this up for Devin Haney and put it out there. It's very well said. You know what I'm saying? Clean. You know what I'm saying? Formal. To put it out there to the public, because he was the one who received that punishment. He was the one who had to endure the criticism that he's never going to be the same fighter. One loss, and they saying, hey, they don't know what he's going to do. He might as well lead the sport. Even to say that him being a champion didn't matter because he wasn't better than any other champion at 140. I mean, he had to go through a lot of criticism, bro, and he got beat up. Now that this freaking test came back dirty. What do you say? What do you say about Ryan Garcia? Devin Haney exhibits poor sportsmanship. This is what I'm talking about with the bullshit. Devin Haney is crying. Look, this is boxing news. That's why I stay freaking wiping my feet over here on their faces. Devin Haney is crying in the heavens that he has been cheated out of something after being nearly killed during a match with Ryan at the Barclays Center. Garcia was beating Haney from pillar to post, and the only thing Devin Haney could do was soak up a beating. Now, this is from an author called Whiskey Flowers. Now, you're not going to have everybody that's on Haney's side the way it's naturally supposed to hit. You know what I'm saying? The empathy naturally supposed to hit. But this is boxing, y'all. And look, and my advice to any one of you, and this is us being on the same level of understanding, age appropriation, intellectually. This is boxing. Boxing has always had situations that's going to continue to produce controversy. This is no different. We've had fighters go in there and bite and sink their canines, their molars into fighters. Mike Tyson say, hey, this ain't nothing but cartilage, Evander. It'll grow back. Ah, shit. You know what I'm saying? Mill's like, hey, Mike Tyson, what are you doing? No, time. Doctor, come over here. Check this out. It's okay? Tyson said, oh, yeah? Oh, me biting one ear ain't enough? Fight. Time. Oh, disqualified, doctor. Disqualified. Tyson, what are you doing? You bit the other ear? I gave you opportunity. I mean, come on. Tyson up there biting off ear tips. You know what I'm saying? Ear tips. We heard of rib tips. Mike Tyson didn't even wait to go down to the ribs. He was biting off ear tips. We had Edgar Berlanga show the world that he has cannibalistic tendencies. He wasn't doing the way he thought in a fight. And he goddamn sunk his molars into the dang clavicle bone. He became a canine, a Puerto Rican canine, y'all. We've had worse. We had cheaters like Panama Lewis. You know what I'm saying? We had the James Butler. We had people who test positive all over the place for banned substance. We have it in MMA. We have it in all sports. All sports, you have it. But for boxing now, let's not act like we ain't seen this before. It's just so happened this was a name where people, we was dealing with an undefeated fighter. We was dealing with a fighter who, once again, was levied as having minimal power. And for Ryan Garcia, who produced power, but people weren't going in there saying, oh man, Ryan Garcia's skills is better than Devin. No. Devin was hurt by Jorge Linares before, but he wasn't dropped to the canvas. We saw Ryan Garcia get dropped by Luke Campbell and Gervonta Davis. He's been on the canvas university several times. But just to say that Devin is crying? Why have drug tests if you're going to have idiots up here using the keyboard and putting out damn articles just to pretend like you see nothing wrong with Ryan Garcia testing positive? And now we know selectively people pick and choose who they want to advocate for and who they just want to who they advocate for and say, oh man, this is absolutely horrible. And then the ones who say, oh, this is unfortunate. You're always going to have those left and right pundits who want to pick and choose who's in the absolute wrong. It's funny how they're trying to say still Devin got his ass whooped, but they don't really want to just zone in on the actual person who is 100% wrong in this case, not making weight, punishing Devin during the fight, and testing positive for 2, not 1, 2 banned substance. And then you still have people talking about that don't have anything to do with skills. He still beat Devin. He still beat Devin ass. Oh man, why are they making a big deal out of that? So now you're trying to say, I'm going to overlook this shit with Ryan Garcia testing positive because it don't make a fucking difference. He got his ass beat. Are y'all not reading? Is not reading is fundamental, or reading is something that you can select to do at any given time? Are y'all not reading the enhancements that they give? So let's just say you take Ryan Garcia's natural ability and what he learned over time from amateurs to professionals, and you enhance that with performance-enhancing drugs. If it provides you with more strength, which basically bleeds into power, the combination alone can affect the fighter who's coming in there clean. Are we right or wrong? We right or wrong in this shit? Right or wrong, man? Come on. Jesus. I mean, people are being very insensitive this day and time, all because of bias. If they don't like a fighter, they'll fight any way possible. But if Devin Haney would have tested positive, they would have said, oh, yeah, Devin tested positive because he knew he didn't have the power to go in there for a Ryan Garcia. And that left hook was coming, baby. That left hook was going to do damage. So Devin had to cheat. I'm just slicing that pie the way you like it. That's all I'm doing. That's all. I'm not going to read this entire bias article, but this is on Boxing News 24. I'm not going to do it because it kind of takes away, and it's a distraction to me talking about Ryan Garcia being a drug cheat. You know what I'm saying? If Devin was one of those individuals that didn't have power, why did you have to freaking load up? Let's get to what Victor Conte said. Victor Conte sent out a tweet and he said, Ryan Garcia, 2+ drug tests. He needs to stop spewing misinformation. He says if they knew I was positive before the fight, why did they let the fight go? Samples were collected April 19th and 20th. It takes at least 72 hours to get stats results back. No results before the fight. Good point there, Victor Conte. He sent out a tweet, and I heard Ryan say why they let the fight happen. So he's saying the samples was collected 19th and the 20th April, and it takes 72 hours for them to return. So that debunks Ryan Garcia's line of defense to say, oh, if they knew about this ahead of the fight, why they let me fight? Not so much to the point where Ryan's saying, you know what, I did test positive. If that is indeed the case, I truly apologize. This dude is unapologetic, entitled little spoiled rich kid, a pretty motherfucker that feels he can get away with shit just from putting his makeup on and goddamn, plucking his eyebrows and putting that mascara lining around that shit and doing a video with his girl. I just want to come over here and fake like I'm crying and say, I'm just absolutely taken back. Oh, I had to take some ashwagandha to reduce my stress and anxiety levels. I really hope that people don't believe I did this. Do you think somebody that looked like me would do that? And then he started to bat his eyelashes. Man, get the fuck out of here. You're a drug cheat, man. Part 2, Victor Conte says, Ryan Garcia 2+ test, in my opinion. Ryan team claiming only tiny levels is misleading. Anabolic steroids and agents are qualitative and not quantitative. Ooh, qualitative, not quantitative tests. You are either pregnant or you not. That's what I'm talking about. You can't sit up here and say, well, it was just a little bit. It was nanograms. It was freaking, what's that? What's the shit John Jones? They said he had in his system because his system was getting and putting out the remaining portion of the PEDs that he was getting. So it was damn, somebody said today too. I forgot. If y'all know what I'm talking about, just drop it in the chat. I appreciate you. And it goes on to say, you are either pregnant or not, period. Claiming tiny levels is like saying he is only a tiny bit pregnant. Hey, well, hey. Some of these cats on here, the way they think, I think they was a tiny bit pregnant. You know what I'm saying? I think the host that had them was a tiny bit pregnant because they didn't get the whole man that they was looking for. You know what I'm saying? They didn't get the whole. They got a little bit of like 30%. Because there's some bitches on here now. For real, it's some bitches on here. But I like how he put that. It's qualitative. It basically lights up that red light and say, hey, you're dirty. It don't say, you know what? Okay. Just like you have a OWI, DWI, DUI. It's not going off the state limits. Hey, how much did he test for? Well, it was 0.4. Oh, he can still fight. It was nandrolone. It's a banned substance. Did it meet the state limits? Yes, it did. We got to fight. No, that's not it. Victor Conte is saying it's not quantitative. It's not based off a numeric percentage of what you need in your system, what you have in your system. It's boom, the red light's on or it's off. It's no yellow. He has a little bit in there. He's such a pretty guy. Let him in there. He went through that mental health scare. Let him in there. Come on. Don't be like that. Just come on, man. Stop it. He's just a youngin'. They make mistakes all the time. What if Devin Haney would have popped positive and they say he didn't have any punching power and he went in there and dropped Ryan Garcia? Well, you don't have to be so drastic about this. See that right there? That's different. If Devin Haney came in here and he tested positive, he was dropping. I would definitely have a different mentality. I would say, hey, we can't accept that. You can't come in here and have the advantage. You was up here knocking Ryan Garcia silly, and you know you don't have that type of power. Light up your torches. They would start burning freaking Devin Haney's career to the motherfucking ground. But since Ryan Garcia came in there with his whole glam squad, and then he had registered power based off mid-tier opponents, not opponents that was equal to his level that he was getting this shit done. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on. Luke Campbell had already been beat by Lomachenko. Ryan Garcia ain't never stepped in there with Lomachenko. Nobody on that caliber. But he did fight Luke Campbell. You know what I'm saying? Had already been in there with Lomachenko. And though Lomachenko had dropped Luke Campbell with a body shot in the 11, he still finished the fight. Right? We're talking about Ryan Garcia finally stepping up there with a fighter that is greater than his skill set, and Gervonta Tank Davis, and he was dropped twice. He got back up. He showed that he had a chin, or did he? Did they have testing? I'm curious. Was Ryan Garcia dirty when he fought Tank, and that's the reason why he was able to get up from that freaking Javante Davis freaking sledgehammer? Because most of the people don't get up and be coherent enough to continue and be comprehensive and cognitively aware. Most of the people don't do that, but Ryan Garcia got up. And I'm curious to know if he was on that freaking Nandrolone. Did that Nandrolone help with his freaking mechanical skills, his mental awareness, his recovery? I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there. I don't want to add to this. I don't want to add to it. Victor Conte goes on to say this in part 3. Ryan Garcia, 2+ tests. Ryan holds a bottle of ashwagandha. Sound the horns. Bring in the ashwagandha. I want to take this. And you say it's the same as vibranium? Yes, this is the same as vibranium. Bring it here. Yes, it is before you. Take a little substance and you will feel power unlike you've ever felt before. I mean, other than if you took vibranium. Okay. It's going and saying, I shouldn't have took this. Ryan holds a bottle of ashwagandha saying, I shouldn't have took this, suggesting it may be the source of a positive test. He'll get a chance to prove it if it was the source or not to the New York State Athletic Commission. In my opinion, strict liability will rule against him at bottle testing. Victor Conte came out like a goddamn triple OG who's been on the bad side and now he's on the good side. And Henry Garcia is trying to say he don't care what side he on. He don't feel like he's on their side. So he got something to say about this goddamn Victor Conte. And you know, it's tough for Victor Conte to be ahead of a program that's allowed to basically sponsor fighters that's competing in a professional sport such as boxing. Yeah, it sucks. But they have what they have with him. He snitched on who he's supposed to snitch on. He's supposed to be a good guy now. But let's not act like his knowledge isn't there. This man knew how to beat tests. He knew how to beat tests. And now that boxing has VADA, come on, man. Boxing needs VADA. It's not even regulated. All the betting goes on. In boxing, nobody says anything. And that's the lead to my next violation of Ryan Garcia. Of everything that you've been a part of right now, when it comes to the betting, this has nothing to do with ashwagandha, goddammit. Because if it's supposed to reduce the stress and anxiety levels, how was Ryan able to get a pass from the people betting on himself? That is illegal, right? Ryan said he made millions betting money on himself, y'all. And it's certain freaking betting sites that's refunding the money to those individuals who bet it. Imagine that. They're refunding the money, y'all. Ryan Garcia, through the positive tests and everything else, he is on record as saying he made millions off betting on himself. So overall, when you're talking about the 3 strikes that goes across Ryan's face, you know what I'm saying? The fact that he went in there and pretended like he was freaking mentally unstable, you know what I'm saying? Then the man comes in here 3 pounds over, right? Didn't meet the limit. Then tests dirty. Okay? He tests dirty. So right there, that's 3 strikes. Just the mere fact that he made a mockery of the mental health community, came in 3 pounds over, and tested dirty. But if you want to get a pinch hit and say, fuck the 3 strikes, he even gives you a 4th. He sit up here and betted money on himself. A dirty fighter that went in there and betted money on himself, y'all. How do you give him passes? It ain't no fucking way this dude gets a pass, bro. This dude betted. This is the most dirtiest situation that we've seen from one entity that happened to be a professional licensed fighter in a long fucking time. This man did not go by any type of damn standards that you supposed to see with boxing regulation, the policies, coming in on the weight limit. He violated all that shit. Now let's just do away with the mental health shit, because the lead up to the fight is what it is. It wasn't like they was throwing punches. It wasn't like De La Hoya, who told Canelo, said, put some fucking respect on my name, biatch. It wasn't that. It's the fact that the man came in overweight, tested positive, and betted on himself. That's 3 strikes, and you should be suspended for at least 2 years minimum. Nobody was talking about Ryan Garcia betting on himself, bro. Now that he's coming back dirty, let's see what people got to say about this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? This bitch can't get away with everything. He already then showed up to the arena with the Glam Squad, did the post-fight interview after the win, went on a goddamn tour. YG brought him out on stage. I was like, what the fuck? Is that the YG I know? Damn. And then he showed up to Colorado. So I said, oh my God. Primetime has invited the motherfucking juju curse of all. I swear to you, y'all. I said that. I've been on record with Ryan Garcia, bro. I call him Mr. Capion. I've been on record long before. I just didn't. I saw right through Ryan a long time ago, bro. And for him to go over here and work his way up to this point, coming off a loss with Tank, having a win with Duarte, coming in 143, pretending like there was going to be a championship fight, right? Come in 3.2 over for Devin, and then test dirty, nigga? You tested dirty? You dirty, low-down, goddamn scumbag of a fighter. You tested dirty. A pretty nigga testing dirty. I would rather you goddamn get caught stealing makeup out of a freaking women's store rather than coming in here, damn fighting a fighter who you say don't have no punching power, but you had to get juiced up to go in there and fight in spurts to beat him. Something. Just ain't right, baby. I say something, and just ain't right. Something ain't right with that dude. But I'm looking forward to the next 3 weeks, though. Because, goddamn, it's going to be Flambe Garcia. It's going to be Flambe Garcia. Victor Conte said he'd get a chance to prove if it was the source or not to NSAC. NYSAC. In my opinion, strict ability will rule against him. Something, just ain't right. Something ain't right there, Ryan. And we're going to get down to the groovy part of it. You know what I'm saying? You out here dancing on stage and talking about blessed and highly favored. No. You test and you're dirty. You test and I'm dirty. You change the hook to that should have said, I test and I'm dirty. I test and I'm dirty. I test and I'm dirty. Yeah, I told you. I test and I'm dirty. I test and I'm dirty. That's what you should put on your hook. Not, I'm blessed, highly favored. Blessed, highly favored. No, I test, I'm highly dirty. I'm test, highly dirty. That's what you are. Then you test it and you highly dirty. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the enhancements that Ryan Garcia chose to take for a pillow-fisted fighter like Devin Haney. Devin's supposed to have no power, but hey, I've come here today. I want the leader of the tribe to inject me with nandrolone, a.k.a. Deca. I want to be immortal as I go in here to the battle lines and fight Devin the Dream Haney. I want to be a nightmare. So give me what I need. And then they go, first of all, Optimus, we need to tie you up. We need to put duct tape over your mouth and everything. And we're going to pull your trousers down, okay? And we just want you to pay attention to what's on film. We're gonna show some film to you, okay? Of some horrific assaults, and while we inject your right cheekbone with this freaking nandrolone. Do you mind? Okay. That feels so good. I feel invincible. Oh, yes. I'm about to become famous, world famous. Yes, I like it. So, how often do I need injections in my right butt cheek? You should do good. I say we're gonna give you 2 more injections, and I'll definitely be able to pop clean on the test, right? Yes, yes, Optimus. You will be able to test. I mean, you'll be able to come up clean on the freaking test. Yes, outstanding. Oh, I'm about to go to the Derek up and tell him I want sparring. Line up 50 sparring partners, and I'll knock him down. And add Frank in there too. Put Frank in there and EJ. I'm feeling untouchable. Come on, untouchable. Man, god damn. This motherfucker Ryan Garcia. He got bound and gagged, y'all. And that motherfucker laid him down in the freaking what's that shit? That cattle roping freaking where they put your feet in, and they rope your ankles and your wrists together. And then they goddamn started injecting him with that nandrolone. And by the time they was finished, Ryan had busted out of that motherfucker. That mother was glowing. Ryan said, I'm Optimus Prime. I feel untouchable. And that's when he goddamn went and beat up 50 sparring partners in one evening. You know what I'm saying? Including Frank Martin. You didn't hear it from me. That's just from my sources. My sources told me he did. But I'm just saying, like, this is crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? It just don't make any sense today. It's not going to make any sense tomorrow. But it is going to make sense to this guy right here. Because he's the one that potentially would have his freaking loss overturned, right? Have his loss overturned and he remain undefeated. But for Ryan Garcia, he's going to face backlash, man. I told you all when he looked in the phone and he said that he never took anything. He looked off to the right. I said he's not telling the truth. Now, if I'm just reading too much into his body language, then okay. But let's see what these tests. Let's see his defense. Let's see what comes back. Let's see what comes back. That's all I'm saying. Let's see what comes back in these tests. And let's see how the damn boxing public reacts to Ryan Garcia testing dirty for not one, but two. Not one, but two. Uno, dos. Uno, dos. Test, I'm dirty. Test, I'm dirty. Test, I'm dirty. Not one, but two. Not uno, but dos. Test, I'm dirty. You're dirty, bro. You're dirty. We're going to have a field day with you. Because you went up there and said, fuck the Haneys. But people going to be like, no, fuck you. Because you're supposed to be the guy with all the power and the fast hands. But I just guess, I'm just going to guess and go out on a limb and say you wasn't confident in yourself going in there. You had to prove to the people. I mean, what about y'all that was basically all aboard? Did y'all hear that train take off, y'all? All aboard. And the horn blew. They was all on that Ryan Garcia train. These are the same people who was dogging him the fuck out when he got blasted by Tank. When Oscar and B-Hop wasn't in the building. People was coming to Ryan Garcia's defense. Oh, man, fuck Oscar and B-Hop. They left Ryan Garcia there. How can you leave a pretty baby there by himself? That's child neglect. He's 25 years old and 100 million. How could you do that? Come on. Stop it. Y'all was dogging Ryan Garcia that he got blasted and he quit. And he went up there. Right when they counted 10, he walked back to Joe Goosen and told him, yeah, it was my ribs, the one that I injured. Why you didn't inject nandrolone in that rib? That shit would have gave you the power that you needed to go in there and stop Tank. I think it gave him the ability to return to his feet. And then Tank said, okay, I hit him up top. He was able to get up. Now I'm going to hit him down low. But people was criticizing Ryan as being a hype job when he went in there and lost the Tank. But all of a sudden, he gets a win over Duarte with the Shozy Ozy Posey. You know what I'm saying? The fossil, the one that they got from the cave, the fossil Philly shell. They dug that up. They excavated that shit, dog. And they was able to build it and put it on Ryan and put skin over it and say, you are now protected. They sent him in there with the Shozy Ozy Posey doing the turn your back shit. He got that win and then went in here against Devin Haney. And we thought it was a fair fight. Man, I said, God damn it, freaking Devin Haney got beat up. I did. I say, God damn, that's embarrassing, man. They're gonna be raking Bill Haney over the coals forever and a day, man. Them coals ain't never gonna go out. And God damn it, y'all woken up the beast. Y'all have awakened up the beast, man. Bill's gonna be on here talking shit. Just give him time. Just give him time. It's about to get nasty, man. It's about to get nasty. Look, this about to look like a swarm of locusts, dog. Look, this B sample come back freaking positive, man. It's about to get real cloudy up on the YTC for a little bit. Bill Haney about to come back and talk his shit, man, and he's gonna be disrespectful with it too. And he's gonna come in here and say, "Hey, my son's still undefeated, and he a clean fighter. What about your favorite fighter that you turned your back on me for? Y'all was saying my son got his ass beat. Yeah, he took punishment." And then you're going to have some people jumping on the live talking about, well, yeah, you know, Ryan Garcia, he did test positive. But that don't mean it enhanced his freaking skills to land that left hook on Devin. So in my eyes, Devin still got his ass beat. Well, yeah, you know, Bill going to come out, yeah. You know, you can say what you want. You know, he did take punishment. But like I said before, we was a clean fighter going in there. Devin did everything. He made weight and everything. But, you know, the shots that he landed on Devin, it was because, yeah, if you really want to take a look at it, he wasn't a clean fighter. He was a dirty. He was juiced up. I just want to let people to continue to remind them that my son was clean heading into that fight. So them shots that Ryan Garcia landed on him, they had a extra, you know, ask Frank Martin what they did. Ask Nelly. They had a little bit of, you know, because he's butt cheek had that freaking nandrolone on it. They had a little bit of on the end of it. And that's why he was able to go in there and get those knockdowns. Do your research. The A and B samples already came back, y'all. You know, that Bill's gonna start goddamn going off with their head, bro. God, bro. This is just unfucking believable. This is unbelievable. It's about to get real dirty. It's going to be like a swarm of locusts in this bitch, man. Shout out to MKB in the building. These looking crazy. These dudes looking crazy talking about not making weight. And now the boxing litmus test. Hey, they want to talk about litmus test, but yet they don't want to damn admit to what enhances the litmus test. Yeah, you want to say the litmus test when it comes to the skill and what we saw play out inside the square. But all of a sudden you want to give passes again? You want to give therapeutic exemptions, pretty exemptions, prepossessing exemptions, attractive exemptions? You wouldn't have gave Haney that shit. If Bill, I swear, if Bill would have popped positive, they would have said, oh, you thought you had to have an advantage walking in this motherfucker for Devin to get more power. We should have known that when he knocked down Ryan, that shit wasn't real. We either thought, one, his gloves was loaded or he was on some shit. Come to find out he was on some shit. Your career is done. Everybody named mama from ESPN all the way up to the goddamn idolatry of boxing, y'all. The Pantheon. The goddamn angels would have came out on their ass. And they would have say, yes, we are the watchers. We have descended upon you. to take you with us. You're no longer welcome in the boxing universe. You are a cheater. We know you had no boxing power. Your KO percentage is 48%. We must take you. This is the rapture. They would have took Devin away, goddammit. They would have took him away. But Ryan Garcia, the angels come down. Hey, Ryan, how you doing, buddy? We apologize for disturbing you. I know you at your makeup appointment and you getting your petty mani done. Okay, let's just listen to us. You're young, okay? You make mistakes. But damn, two, nandrolone and ostarine, two. Come on, man. If you're pretty and you know God bless you with being pretty, you can't do ugly shit. You got to be smooth with it, Ryan. I was talking with all the other angels, and I was saying to myself, should we really take him? Should we take him to hell? Does he deserve it? Is his skin going to be able to hold up to the heat that he's about to experience for eternity? Should we? And all the other angels said, no. He's $25, $100 million. See, can he give us a little compensation for not taking him out the boxing universe, okay? No, just think about it. He doesn't know any better. So Ryan, this weekend, the only way you're gonna maintain your stay here is that you zell us a freaking, a little stipend. We understand that you are going through a lot. You have a lot of people you have to support. Okay, it's tough being as pretty as you are in this universe. You're in a sport where you can get your face messed up. You went in there and had a flawless performance against Devin Haney. They just don't want to accept it. But this is what we're going to do. We're going to keep you here in the boxing universe. Make sure that payment clear. All right? And please don't have us come down here anymore. All right? We can't do this. If God bless you with pretty, don't entertain ugly. Okay? All right. It's been nice talking to you, champ. It's been nice talking. We still consider you the champ, even though you came in 3.2 over. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot on your mind. But know this. We're here for you, Ryan. Okay, buddy? Man, they would have had that long, drawn-out conversation with Ryan Garcia, y'all. And he would have been nice as hell. They would have been accommodating. They would have said, we apologize for interrupting you during your moment, doing your petty and manny. But Devin, they would have came knocking on the door. Bill, I see you in there moving. Open the door. Hey, open this motherfucking door. We here for your son. Now, hold up. Hey, we didn't hear. Hey, this ain't up for negotiation. He popped for 2 motherfucking performance enhancing drugs. We here for Devin. Where he at? Hey, man, first of all, it ain't going down like that. Hey, man, listen to me. This ain't no Oakland shit. We here for your son. It ain't no negotiation. It ain't no explaining. They say he popped dirty. We don't need to wait for the B sample. Where is he? Hey, you can do it the easy way or the hard way, goddammit. I only brought a small squad with me. But you want me to get the rest of the watchers, we can come back and we can be heavy in this bitch. And we're going to goddamn make our presence known. What you want to do? Where you at? We are banishing him from the boxing universe. Where is he? Don't let us find him. All right, you put it like, don't harm my son. Where is he? He's over at his crib. All right, say less. They wouldn't have gave Bill an opportunity. They wouldn't have gave Devin an opportunity. Devin would have came home, right? Look, from eating a good steak dinner and shit, having some seafood and shit. Would have been like, God damn, what's these niggas up in my shit for? God damn, they ain't from here, are they? Damn, how many of them motherfuckers? 40, 41, 42, 43, 53. Damn, it's like 6 of these motherfuckers. What is somebody goddamn turn over a freaking animal control vehicle? All these motherfuckers with wings, dark black wings too. Hey, you Devin Haney? Yeah, man, why y'all in my shit? Come with us. For what? You being banished from the boxing universe. You tested positive for 2. Why would you do that bullshit? Come on, man. Undefeated, clean fighter, and you try to cheat against Ryan Garcia, the pretty boy of boxing? The pretty boy of boxing, you wanted to freaking cheat against Ryan Garcia? Come on, man. Ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. They wouldn't have gave Devin no motherfucking chance. Vada Nada, the best list of what you can't take or what you can't. Man, they're gonna goddamn try to get Ryan through this storm, and they're gonna make sure there's a freaking something under his feet so he won't get the soles of his shoes dirty, and they're gonna make sure umbrella is over his head until that goddamn final result come back. Hey, it's about to get nasty. It's about to get motherfucking nasty. Ryan must have thought it was 2007, since Austrian has been banned since 2008. Hey, man, Ryan didn't think that shit there, Toby. Ryan looked in the mirror and said, damn, I'm pretty. Oh, man, damn, I'm pretty. I'm going to get away with this shit, y'all. Oh, we can make this classy. We can get on some gangster shit. I wish they would fly their ass up to my door talking about I'm banned from the boxing universe. Ryan is going off his looks. He said, what I put on my system is me. I have the right to do that. But it's on the ban list. Who the fuck made that list? Huh? I'm Ryan fucking Garcia. Did you run the list past me? No, I didn't know. My team didn't know. So I ain't do shit wrong. Get the fuck out my face. Dead game boxing salute, man. You know what I'm saying? Andrew Charles, what's good? It's a fight, so what? Hey, man. That's what they trying to say with Ryan. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. He beat you fair and square, sucker. Coming here trying to talk about he cheated. Ryan Garcia gonna start telling people, well, what they banned this shit in 2008. Is it that bad? I didn't know. The Austrian, I didn't know. I was taking Ashwagandha, all that shit combined together. It had a cell, the cells together, the molecular structure, there was some conflict. And you know what I'm saying? They really molded it and mutated into something that I've never seen before. I think I was a part of a mutation. That's what I believe. What about the needle in your ass, though? See, right there, that's different. Because that's what I was saying when the crazy part. No, we ain't going to that because you said you was pretending. No, I really wasn't pretending. I didn't want people to just continue. I think the ticket sales was picking up. So I had to, keep up with the charade and all that shit. That's all I was trying to do. But I'm gonna tell you that Nodrolone, somebody from my camp, I can't say who, but they said, hey, why don't you take this? Because I was depressed. I was deeply depressed. I didn't know how to get these tickets sold. So I was running on fumes. I wasn't getting no sleep. I had to do it. I wasn't putting out in training enough. Mike Tyson was ear hunting for that hot grease barbecue. He didn't want to lose by any means necessary. That's cheating also. Yeah, man, he was biting people freaking ears off, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Boxing Conversation, Reggie Owens on deck, man. What it do? Well, I looked up the adverse effects on the mind first. Oh, man. I'm glad people doing their research, man. You know what I'm saying? Peludas. He said Chico Graham Ryan. I like it. So since he said Chico, it reminds me of the picograms. That's what it was, the picograms. John Jones tested positive for picograms because he was already on suspension. He had to get tested, and he went back to fight, and they found picograms. It wasn't elevated levels of what he popped dirty for previously. This was around the same levels or lower level of picograms. So John Jones actually got shit changed. You know what I'm saying? He's the reason why, look, he went from being someone that was popping dirty to someone who became and was a victim of a system of USADA who had their format of doing things that I guess they didn't go in depth enough on if somebody was taking performance enhancing drugs and the regular time frame for it to leave your system is not the same for everybody. So John Jones tests positive for picograms, and come to find out, they say, hey, we have to do this better. Once a fighter tests positive, we have to see, okay, let's measure the levels. You remember what Victor Conte said with Nodulone? Um, these Vala tests, rather, he said they're qualitative, not quantitative. So you test, you know what I'm saying? That's what banned substances are. They're qualitative. Unless, look, unless you're in good graces of Mauricio Suleiman. And Mauricio Suleiman is the one that can increase levels. We're going to increase the levels today so Oscar Valdez can fight and defend his title. And Rob Hobson Conceição. We're going to increase the levels of Canelo Alvarez and allow him to be Canelo Alvarez per the WBC president. You know what I'm saying? But Devin Haney, no. We'll never increase the levels for you. We would just increase the levels of criticism, baby. Selling pay-per-views is you justifying cheating. Hey man, that's pretty boy talk, MKB. Hey, that's pretty boy talk. For real, that's pretty boy talk. That's Ryan, doing some bad shit and saying, listen, it ain't that bad. What I did for boxing, it supersedes any negativity that you can think about me. I told you I got a lot on my plate. I'm 25 and $100 million into the game. I have a lot going on. I got a lot of appointments to make. Don't read so much into this shit. Boxing's gonna be all right. This is a non-regulated sport. I'm not the first one to test positive. Give me my motherfucking probation so I can return back and goddamn continue to sing my song. Test and highly dirty. I'm test and highly positive. I test, I'm highly dirty. Hey, bring him back so he can sing his damn motherfucking hook. Bring him back so he can hit the goddamn world tour stage, y'all. Strange how they named it. It's a banned substance. Also, is there a mention of another substance that's not confirmed by VADA? Is this a huge problem? Victor Conte works with VADA testing. Bro, I'm not saying what actually happened and who at fault. The facts will definitely come out for sure. It will. It will for sure. It will. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. It will come out. You know what I'm saying? But hey, peace conquest on deck. Peace, is this the same as Dana White being cleared of contaminant supplement after a year-long investigation? D. White. I don't know. A contaminant supplement after a year-long investigation. I almost guarantee this is not going to be a year-long investigation with this. You know what I'm saying? For John Jones, that was different because John Jones was a repeat offender, and one of his tests, was for cocaine, and other was for PEDs. But the last time he was requesting to come back to fight, he had to go before a commission, and he had to convince them that he was competent enough to be a professional fighter and not test positive again, and continue and think that he was going to continue to be a licensed fighter. So they fined him like 250 grand, and they allowed him to come back to the sport. And of course, he came back and won. And now he's waiting to come back for a big fight or whatever, coming off an injury. But anyway, to answer your question, you know what I'm saying? But hey, people, I gotta bounce up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Team Haney. Hopefully y'all be able to vindicate and return, the heat from those of you that jumped on that bandwagon, the smear campaign bandwagon. and all the memes that was out there. It is some bad memes out there, Haney, but you'll get over it. You're still the champion, and also you'll probably more than likely have that return to your box rec. You know what I'm saying? And for Ryan Garcia, you continue to be the pretty guy in a dirty situation. You know what I'm saying? You should be able to talk your way up out of this. Just tell your sponsors, hey, it's not that bad, and let me take a little bit more time off from boxing, do some freaking BMF, some shit like that, work on my acting, get in a Country Wayne skit. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, just so people can forget about what happened. Then I'm gonna come back to the sport for one big fight. You know what I'm saying? I'll probably be fighting 160 then, and, you know, come for a championship fight and finally get my belt. You know, I'm young, baby. I'm 25. I take 2 years off. I come back. You know what I'm saying? 27, 28 years old. Shit, I'll be good. They'll forget. Y'all hold it down. Shout out to the hottest chat in the MF and game.